Hey traders, Marcello here, founder of the Day Trading Academy, co-founder of Speed Up Trader, where you guys can come and apply to trade with our money live with just a test of 120 bucks. Today, I'm going to explain to you guys how you can start trading for just 120 bucks. So 2019, I'm uploading this video to both the DTA channel and the Wandering Trader channel because I think that most of us are probably in a situation where we need to make a little bit of extra money. I think it's probably obvious that you could probably make a little bit of extra money in the stock market trading. I've been teaching traders now. I've been in the industry, I should say, for almost 18 years, going on my 18th year now. And I think I've had an amazing amount of success teaching guys around the world. You guys, if you follow me, I'm based now in Medellin, Colombia. We're just starting a new trading center now in the Philippines as well. And we've had a great amount of success. And now what we're doing is outside of the Day Trading Academy, where we teach people how to trade, we've launched a company called Speed Up Trader, where you guys can now come and literally apply to use our money for just 120 bucks. So for those of you guys that want to learn how to trade, you generally would need to pay for a platform. You would have to have hundreds or thousands of dollars to be able to open up your own account. And now we have a situation where we are now the only academy in the world. There's other companies that do this too, but we're only academy in the world that has enough confidence to give you guys our money to be able to trade with live and for just 120 bucks. So to kind of explain to you guys how the process works, essentially what would happen is you would come to Speed Up Trader, you would have a strategy that you would be using, and you'd pay 120 bucks. You pay the 120 bucks, and then from there you would go to pass a test. In other words, show us that you can actually trade and make money with on demo, or we call it simulation, which is fake money but live. So then after you pass the test, you would be given the account of your choosing, which if on the website at speeduptrader.com, you can go and choose an account between $25,000 to $100,000. And then once you're going to go and trade live, you get 80% of the profits. We keep 20%, and the first $7,000 are 100% yours. So that's essentially how it works. Now, there are some rules. So for example, you can't over leverage yourself. You can't lose a certain amount of money a day. You can't lose a total amount of money. I'm gonna give you a quick explanation in terms of the actual process of the way it would work. We prefer, right now we're only doing funding for futures, the futures market, which is the main market that I teach on, due to the fact that I believe that futures is the best market to trade on. With stocks, you would need a minimum of $25,000 to actually day trade. With Forex, unfortunately, I think, I'll just be frank with you. If you think you're gonna just go take a course and open up an account for $5 or $50 in Forex, for example, and you're gonna make $1 million tomorrow, you deserve to lose your money, all right? Part of the reason why we did this as well is so you guys would be able to have a way. One of the biggest problems in trading is not having enough money to trade. So now you guys can have access to capital to be able to trade with. So let me give you guys an example of the $50,000 account. We have two kinds of tests, which are called general and express. The express is one payment, and you have to make the test in about 2 weeks. We have another one called general funding, which you have to meet the test or pass the test, I should say, within a minimum of 3 weeks. So the 50,000 account, you have to make $3,000 profit. If you do the express one-time payment, you have to do that. It's only for new people. You have to do that in a span of 2 weeks. And it's pretty easy, especially if you're doing more than one position. And then if you're doing the general funding, you have to make the $3,000 profit in a minimum of 3 months. A minimum of 3 weeks. So you can do it in 5 weeks if you needed to. You can do it in 6 weeks if you needed to, but there is a monthly charge for the general funding, where the express is just one-time charge, okay? Aside from that, you got to make $3,000 profit. You cannot lose more than $1,250 in one day. That means that if at any point in time you lose $1,250, you don't pass a test, and you got to pay to reset it. And the reset is about $100, okay? And you cannot lose more than $2,500 at any one time. So let's say, for example, you're trading 2 weeks, you lose 1,000 one day, you lose 1,000 2 days, you lose 1,000 3 days, you met the total loss of $2,500. So other than that, there's a few other rules as well. You can't trade through news. We have a list of news that we're going to give you if you guys want to come and take the test. You cannot have any positions open after 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time. If at any point in time you don't comply with any of these rules, you fail the test, and then you would have to start the test over again. The only other major piece of news would be the consistency rule. So, anybody can come and accidentally make $10 billion in one day, right? So we want to make sure that you guys have the consistency over elongate is not the right word, over the time frame of the test. We want to make sure that you guys can make consistent profits, right? So 2 of your days cannot have 75% of your total profits, and you have to trade at least 1 time a day. So you can't have one day where you make $3,000 and you meet the rule and then just kind of enter and exit and not make any money the rest of the days, because we want to make sure that the decisions you make in the market show that you can actually make money on the long term, right? So that's basically the way that this works. Primarily, it's going to be for futures. In the future, I'm going to open this up for stocks, for Forex, for cryptos as well. I want to be able to give you guys the opportunity to have access to money to be able to trade with, which is important. And obviously now, generally we're kind of slashing the costs that are involved for you guys to be able to start trading, because you otherwise would need a minimum of, say, $500 or $1,000 to be able to open up your own account with your own money. And then you generally would have to pay for a platform, which in the past has been anywhere between $180 for 3 months access, or $1,000. So we're talking about thousands of dollars here. And now you guys can come, pay $120. If you guys pass the test, you literally can trade with our money anywhere between $25,000 to $100,000. I know that some of you guys more on the Wandering Trader channel may have some questions about this. So if you guys have any questions on the process, how it works, you guys can trade any strategy you want, any kind of charts that you want, any futures market that you want, even oil, gold, silver, the DAX, the European markets, any futures in the world you guys can trade. And it just, shows that you guys can trade, and we'll give you some money to trade with. The idea behind this is, I think, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad things that go on in this industry, right? A lot of shady things. So now I wanted to literally put our money where our mouth is. We're literally the only academy now that's going to give you money to trade, and that's how much we believe, for example, in our own strategy that we teach at Day Trading Academy now that we're approaching the crisis in 2019. I've always mentioned this for years. I've been talking about this if you guys want to go to the Day Trading Academy channel as well. So in 1998, a hedge fund collapsed. It was called Long-Term Capital Management. The financial system, Wall Street, bailed it out. Then 2008, 2009, the financial system collapsed. The governments bailed it out. And now they pushed it, with the government bailouts, easy money, low interest rates. 2019, 2020, we're now going to have, who's going to bail out the governments? Bitcoin, right? Wah, wah, wah. No. So now we're kind of walking into the next recession. Exactly when it's going to be, probably end of 2019, 2020-ish. And if you guys don't know, because you don't know anything about the financial markets, traders have the opportunity, not the guarantee, but the opportunity to make a lot more money during a crisis when things are bad than when things are good. It's the only business in the world where you can make money in good times and bad times, and that's why I launched Speed Up Trader now, because I want to be able to have an army of traders. I did this internally before, but I wanted to have an army of traders right before the crisis hits to just make a little bit of money during the process. And the idea is win-win, right? You guys can have some capital to trade with. You guys win, we win, and we all make money together. At the end of the day, money isn't the most important thing in the world. But if you guys watch my videos and everything, I always talk about freedom. I don't talk about money. So it's not about being a millionaire. It's not about having all this stupid money. It's really about being able to have your freedom, right? How much money is enough money to not worry about money? So I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to put hashtag AskMarcello, Marcello, and don't forget to subscribe.